Hello friends, welcome back once again in the video lecture series of operating system. Its subject code is 1618305. Today I am going to teach you unit number 2. Its name is process. And under process I am going to teach you the topic operating system services for process management part 2. Okay, this is my name and my designation. So before going deeper into the video, let us talk about some important topics which I will cover in this video. First, I will teach you about 5-state process model. After that, I will also teach you about process transitions. After that, I will teach you 7-state process model. Then I will also teach you about process scheduler, and without discussing about process queue, process model is little bit incomplete. Then I will teach you about summary, and I will also give you some good references. So let's start with the first topic, that is what is 5-state process model. Basically it is having 5 states. Let us see what these 5 states do. So the new state is what? When the process is not completely loaded into the main memory, means it is only selected to deposit into the main memory, but not entire process is submitted into main memory. That is known as your process, right? What is the ready? Ready is the state in which the process is prepared, how they will be executed, in what fashion they will be executed, right? Okay. Next one is your running. Running is the actual time which is taken by the CPU to execute a particular process, right? What is blocked? Blocked is the state where after execution of a process through CPU, the process goes to the block state for completion of its IO operation, right? Okay, fine. Then what is exit? When the process gets terminated, that means when the process execution is get completed, the process gets terminated, right? So exit or terminated, both are same state, right? Okay. Next one is, this is the very good diagram of your 5-state process model. इसमें मैं यहाँ से शुरू करना चाहता हूँ. दिस द न्यू स्टेट. सबसे पहले कोई भी प्रोसेस यहाँ आता है, और एक नहीं बहुत सारे प्रोसेस आते हैं, राइट? और प्रोसेस आकर के यहाँ सबमिट होते हैं. प्रोसेस में एग्जीक्यूशन के दौरान कुछ अगर लड़ाइयाँ ना हो, इसलिए दे आर बीइंग शेड्यूल्ड इन सच ए वे दैट CPU should get those process for execution one by one. So the process is known as admitted. यहाँ पे ये admit हो जाता है, right? Okay, fine. इसके बाद एक्चुअल प्रोसेस यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूशन का यहाँ पे शुरू होता है. यहाँ पे CPU बैठा हुआ रहता है, राइट? और किसी भी प्रोसेस के एग्जीक्यूशन के बाद, यानी कि कुछ देर का वो प्रोसेस होने के बाद, वो कहाँ चला जाता है? वेटिंग स्टेट में चला जाता है. वेटिंग स्टेट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज योर ब्लॉक स्टेट और IO वेट, राइट? फाइन. IO वेट इसलिए होता है ताकि वो प्रोसेस अपने IO वाला टास्क पूरी तरीके से कंप्लीट कर पाए, राइट? रनिंग के बाद अगर प्रोसेस अगर मेरा अगर पूरी तरीके से अगर कंप्लीट अगर हो जाता है, तो वो टर्मिनेट हो जाएगा. टर्मिनेट होने का मतलब क्या है कि प्रोसेस मेन मेमोरी को हमेशा के लिए छोड़ देगा, और इसके साथ साथ सारे के सारे रिसोर्सेज को छोड़ देगा. वेटिंग अपना जब पूरे जो अपना काम कर लेता है कोई प्रोसेस वेटिंग वाला, तो वो या नहीं तो वो रनिंग के पास जाता है, और या नहीं तो वो रेडी क्यू के पास जाता है. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ शेड्यूलिंग, राइट? ओके, फाइन. कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि अगर वैसे प्रोसेस जिसको IO की जरूरत नहीं है और प्रोसेस अगर पूरा एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ है, तो वो दोबारा कहां चले जाता है? रेडी में चले जाता है. दिस इज नोन एज योर इंटरप्ट, करेक्ट? ओके, फाइन. So what are the important process transition? Let's take one by one. Okay. Transition from new state to ready state occurs when a process is created. Right? प्रोसेस का क्रिएशन तब होता है जबकि हमारा न्यू स्टेट से रेडी स्टेट में अगर कोई प्रोसेस जाता है. सी, दीज पॉइंट्स आर रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू, सो प्लीज go through it very sincerely. Transition from ready state to running state occurs when CPU decides under a CPU scheduling that which process will be executed next means ready वैसा state है, that is the transition from ready state to running state, जहां पे CPU एक्चुअली डिसाइड करता है कि कौन से प्रोसेस को हमें एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए हमें लेना है, राइट. ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम रनिंग स्टेट टू ready state is known as preempted, right. Whenever the process is voluntarily release the CPU, then it is known as preempted, or we can say when the CPU is voluntarily release the process, then it is known as preempted. Okay, transition from running state to waiting state is for IO event. Say for example a process has to do its IO event, so after execution for some time it will go to the running it will go to the IO event for completion of its task. Okay, so transition from waiting state to ready means what? IO has been completed, now its only task to complete, that is your CPU, right. Okay, so transition from a running state to terminated ये तब होता है जब हमारा प्रोसेस हमारा फिनिश हो जाए. Okay, so what are the types of process? Basically there are three types of process. Let's say for the first one is CPU bound. That means there are two bounded process, CPU bound and IO bound, right. So CPU bound means the process takes much time of CPU as compared to IO services, so that is known as your CPU bound. Some of the processes are also IO bound, that is we are least interested for executing CPU and we are more interested for IO operations, so those are known as your IO bound. Interactive means what? The process spends more time in the waiting queue than the CPU burst time. If you are waiting for a long time as compared to the CPU burst time, then it is known as interactive, right. Okay, fine. So let's say about 5-state process model. First of all I will tell you about different state of 7-state process model, then I will show you with the help of good diagram. So what is new? New is the create. In this step the process is about to be created, right. Okay, fine. It is the program which is present in the secondary memory that is picked up by the OS to create the process. That means in this state only the program is picked up from the secondary memory and it has to be submitted to the main memory. Okay, what is run? Run comes after new to ready to run. That means what? After the creation of the process enters into the ready state. See, a ready state is the state where the process oftenly resides for actual execution. Why ready state is important? Because it compromises the fight or it crashes the fight between who will be first executed. So in ready queue there should be particular process scheduling or CPU scheduling, right. Okay, the process is hereby here is ready to run and waiting to get the CPU time for execution. Some of them will be execute one process out of the several processes will execute and other will wait for their time to have the CPU. Process which are ready for execution by CPU are maintained in a queue for ready process. It's but obvious because in ready queue several processes are there and those processes are in the form of what? In the form of which type they will be executed. What is run? Actual execution which is done by the CPU to the process is known as your run, right. Okay, what is the bounded or wait? Blocked or wait, sorry. Blocked means what? It is for IO operation, right. Whenever the process requests access to IO or need some input from the user or need access to the critical region, all these possibilities are known as blocked or IO. That means if a process wants IO, some input output अगर उसे को चाहिए या किसी प्रोसेस को ऐसा चाहिए कि वो यूजर से कुछ इनपुट कराना है इसलिए वो वहां पे सीपीयू को छोड़ के आईओ के पास चले जाता है, या नहीं तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कि अगर किसी के क्रिटिकल सेक्शन में अगर ये करना है एग्जीक्यूट करना है तो वहां पे हम लोग प्रोसेस को ब्लॉक स्टेट में भेजते हैं. इसके साथ साथ दो और स्टेट्स होते हैं that I will cover in the this slide only. The process continues to wait in the main memory and does not require CPU. It is but obvious once the IO operation is completed, the CPU goes to the ready state. See, after the completion of the IO task, there is two possibility of a process where it will go, because till now process has not been terminated. So either it can go to the CPU if its priority will be high, otherwise simply it will make a queue in the ready queue. So what is terminated or completed? Sometimes it is known as terminated, sometimes it is known as completed, sometimes it is known as killed. Okay, so process is killed as well as the PCB is deleted. See, in the earlier section also I have told you, as soon as the process is created, the PCB will be created, and when the process will be killed, so if the process will be killed, that means PC will be no more. Okay, suspended ready. That is two states are very important. First is your suspended ready. So process which initiates the ready state but swapped out of main memory and placed to the external storage by a scheduler are said to be suspended ready. See, after completion of its IO task, it is being requested for the ready queue, but due to the less space of ready queue or ready state, the process has to be wait into the blocked, but block is also having some limited space. Then what the operating system will do, it will take the process from block state and it will submit it into suspended ready. It means whenever we will require space in ready queue, automatically that process will queue in the ready queue. Okay, what is suspended wait or suspended block? It is similar to suspended ready, but uses the process which was performing IO operation and lack of main memory caused them to the move to the secondary memory. See, suspended ready is the space of main memory, राइट लेकिन अगर यहाँ का भी अगर हमारा अगर स्पेस अगर भर जाता है, देन उसको उठा करके कहाँ डाला जाता है, सस्पेंडेड वेट में. और सस्पेंडेड वेट या सस्पेंडेड ब्लॉक जो है वो है आपका सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज का एक स्पेशल मेमोरी लोकेशन है. ठीक है, ओके फाइन. सो when the work is finished it may go to the suspended ready. See, जब अगर इसका काम अगर कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो ये डायरेक्टली फिर वो कहा जाता है सस्पेंडेड ब्लॉक से पहले उसको सस्पेंडेड रेडी में जाना है, तभी वो रेडी क्यू में जा सकता है, राइट. ओके, व्हाट इज सीपीयू एंड आईओ बॉर्न प्रोसेस? एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड यू, दैट इज इफ द प्रोसेस इज intensive in terms of CPU operation, it is known as CPU bound process, and if the process is intentionally it is IO bound, then it is known as IO bound process. Okay, so this is a very neat diagram of 7-state process model, although it's not so complicated. First of all, new state is there. In new state the process are generally created. After that it is admitted to the ready queue for execution. Running will execute it in actual phase, right? Okay, and after that if the process has completed its CPU time, it will exit or it will terminate. Otherwise what is going to be happen, if it is not completed and wants some IO operation, it will go to the block state. After block state, after completion of this state, it will go to the ready queue once again, right, for completion of its this CPU task. Otherwise if this block state is full and ready is also full, then at that time the process will be shifted to the this suspended ready, that is suspended block, right. After suspended block, what is going to be happen, again we will get the chance कि हमारा ब्लॉक हमारा खाली है या रेडी खाली है. अगर ब्लॉक सस्पेंडेड ब्लॉक से अगर हमारा अगर ब्लॉक स्टेट अगर हमारा खाली अगर होगा, ये खाली होगा तो दोबारा ये रीसबमिट हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, अदरवाइज अगर ये ब्लॉक सस्पेंड ब्लॉक अभी भी अगर खाली नहीं, अगर ब्लॉक अगर खाली नहीं हुआ है ज्यादा देर तक, तो एक और हम लोग क्रिएट करते हैं state that is known as your suspended ready. So the suspended blocked process will go to the suspended ready, right? And after that, as per the availability of the ready queue, it will goes to the ready queue once again, right? इसमें समझने वाली बात क्या है? New suspended ready and suspended block are the portion of secondary memory. Ready, running and block state are the portion of your main memory, right? Okay, fine. So what are different process scheduler? Operating system uses various scheduler for the process, which is scheduling described as below. First is your long-term scheduler, second one is your short-term scheduler, and third one is your medium-term scheduler. So what is the long-term scheduler? It also known as job scheduler. It chooses the process from the pool. Pool is your secondary memory and keeps them into the ready queue as maintained in the primary queue. So what is the part of long-term scheduler? It takes the process from the pool. Pool may be your suspended ready and it will submit to the ready queue, right? So this is your long-term scheduler. Long-term scheduler mainly controls the degree of multiprogramming, right? Okay, fine. The purpose of this is to choose a fixed IO bond and CPU bond among the process which is present in the pool. Balancing the IO bond and CPU bond process is the primary goal of long-term scheduler, which has been its responsibility. If the job scheduler choose IO bond process, then all the jobs may reside in the block state. Please take note of that. All the time, and CPU will remain idle most of the time, right? Fine. अगर ऐसा हुआ तो हमारा जो डिग्री ऑफ मल्टी प्रोग्रामिंग है वो ड्रास्टिकली रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, बिकॉज सीपीयू हमारा खाली बैठेगा, जो कि नहीं होना चाहिए. Therefore, job of the long-term scheduler is very critical and may affect the system for a very long time. So what is the task of short-term scheduler? So it takes the job from a ready queue and it dispatches to the CPU, right? Means actually it takes the job from ready queue and finally it sends to CPU for actual execution. Okay, scheduler algorithm is used for dispatching purpose. What do you mean with dispatching? Dispatcher generally dispatch the job for actual execution. The job in the short-term scheduler is very critical in sense if it's selected whose CPU time burst is very high at the job of that end, right? Okay, so the process which is much more needed for the CPU execution, the dispatcher will be take that particular job and submit to the CPU. The problem. Next one is your, what is the starvation? Starvation is the situation when a particular job is not getting the CPU for execution for a longer time. That is known as your starvation. Generally, it is waiting in the ready queue for the very long time. Okay, what does medium scheduler does? It takes the care of the swapping out processes, right? If the running state process needs some IO time for the completion, then there is a need of change in state time or from running to waiting. Suppose we want to go for running to waiting, so it is the medium term scheduler which schedules the process from running state to block state or waiting state. It is used for this process. It also removes the process from running state to make the room for other process, right? Basically, it creates the room for CPU for other process to take the CPU for execution. So this is the neat diagram of your process scheduler. This is ready, this is running, this is blocked, This is block suspended and this is ready suspended, right? And here we have not taken terminated because here we are mostly talking about schedulers. So what is a scheduler? The short term scheduler will be what? Ready to, that is your ready to run. Ready to run will be your short term scheduler. And what is the middle term scheduler? That is your ready suspended to ready. Ready suspended से ready में भेजने के लिए जितना समय लगेगा, that is the responsibility of medium term scheduler, or it is also known as sometimes middle term scheduler. And rest of the task is done by your long term scheduler. Okay, what is process queue? Operating system is having a various queue for each of the process state, right? The PCB is related to process and also stored in the queue of the same state. So PCB is also related to the process where it is stored in the queue, right? If the process is removed from one state to another, then the PCB is also unlinked from corresponding queue and added to the other state of queue. See, when the process is shifted, means if its location is shifted, then the PCB cannot link with one process to the another process, right? So there are following queues maintained by the operating system. First is your job queue. What is job queue? Job queue is the queue where all the processes get stored in the job queue, right? It is the queue where all the processes stored in the job queue, and it maintains in the secondary memory. That means first of all the selected jobs are stored in the job queue, then it will go into the new. Long-term scheduler, that is also known as job scheduler, picks them and load it into the main memory, right? Next, what is the ready queue? Ready queue is maintained in the primary memory. It is the task of short-term scheduler to pick the job from ready queue. So what is the waiting queue? Let's talk about waiting queue. Waiting queue is the queue when the process needs IO operation in order to complete its execution. IO changes, the OS changes the state of the process from running to waiting state. Waiting state is also known as lock state. The PCB associated with the process gets stored in the waiting queue, which will be used by the process when the process finish its IO operation, right? So on the basis of the PCB only, it will CPU will take once again this process to be executed. So this is the very good neat and clean diagram of your process queues, in which this is your job queue, right? It is in the secondary memory. This is the through new, it goes to ready queue, and ready queue, from ready queue it will be scheduled in what fashion it will be executed by CPU, and after completion of its task it will be terminated. After CPU to ready, there is some event happening and waiting. So waiting is also known as IO, and events, there are certain events on the basis of priority and timer, such process is also happening. So let's take the summary of what we have studied right now in this video. So process state model is of, basically they are having of three types: 5 state, 6 state and 7 state. But here when we are talking about 7 state model, that means it has already covered the 6 state. So in 5 state we are having 5 states, that is new, ready, running, block and exit. 2 additional states are there in the 7 state, right? That is your suspended, block and suspended, ready. In the process of transition, we have already studied so many types of transition, that is from running to ready, or from that is running to waiting, and the transition from waiting to again ready after the completion of IO events has been completed. So these are the some very important topics in process management. These are good reference books. You may refer these things, and URL and YouTube websites are also given to you for excel your knowledge. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day.